Let's talk about capping, not chasing. So this might be an uncomfortable conversation for a lot of you folks out there in the dog owning world, and maybe even in the dog training world. But it's one of the most critical, I know you hear me say that a lot, because there's a lot of critical pieces to dog training. This is one of the most critical things or pieces that people miss over and over and over again. So when they're trying to share a consequence or correction with their dog, they do something which I call chasing, which is the dog's behavior level is here, and the correction level is underneath it, right? So they're chasing that intensity their dog is sharing, and it's making the behavior and the state of mind worse. Instead, what you need to do, and if you're a smart dog trainer, you're already doing it, you cap it. The behavior's here, you cap it here, bring it down. If you cap instead of chasing, you'll make it better by decreasing it rather than escalating it, making it worse. Let's talk about fixing dogs. First of all, I hate that phrase, fixing dogs. It gets thrown around by dog trainers all the time, pretty haphazardly, recklessly, and with a lot of ego behind it. It implies that you take a dog, complex, nuanced animal, genetics, breed, tendencies, experiences, and its environment and its humans that it has to live with, and that phrase implies that you, the trainer, have magically done something that is fixed, whatever it is, and nothing else in that dog's environment will have an effect or impact it. If it's fixed, it doesn't need any human follow-up or follow-through. It doesn't need any leadership. It doesn't need any guidance. It doesn't need any consistency because it's fixed. Dogs aren't fixed. Dogs are made better, and then their humans have to carry that out and carry that through to make them truly fixed.
Place. Point down. Crash. Free.
Yo, TikTok, show 'em the good dog. Happy almost New Year. So, with the New Year theme, it's a good time to remind you guys that if you're in a space with your dog that you're struggling, that you're challenged with, behavioral issues, problems that are driving you crazy, things you've been meaning to tackle but you haven't tackled for whatever reason, now is the perfect time, the new year, to jump in and make it happen. Here's the deal. Anything that you want to learn, just about anything you want to learn, the right tools, the right training approach, how to mix and match, how to get your mindset in the right space, how to become a better leader, what your dog's true needs are, anything you want is out there for free on blogs, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You can educate yourself so deeply that you don't need to hire a trainer, and you can actually get you and your dog into an awesome space for 2020. Yo, TikTok, jump the good dog. Happy New Year. And not hungover. That's a great way to start it. For any of you guys out there who are hungover, my condolences. I just want to remind you guys, if you're trying to tackle any issues with your dogs, if you're trying to tackle any issues with yourself personally, relationships, career-wise, goals, whatever it is that you're trying to go after, trying to make happen, trying to get a handle on, make sure you've got your goals clearly written down. Make sure you've got them articulated so you can feel them. Make sure, and I mean articulated, written, make sure that you check them. Make sure that you see them so they come across your consciousness, so they retrain your brain every day. This is what I'm after. This is what I'm after. This is what I'm after. Make sure you've got small action steps that lead you towards those goals daily. And believe it or not, you will nail down most of those goals. Not all of them, but most, and it's good. Yo, TikTok, show 'em the good dog. Let's talk about an uncomfortable subject. Once again, let's talk about pressure, force, actually making the dog do something that they don't want to do. So, in my line of work, I've seen a gazillion dogs that were stuck going upstairs, going into an elevator, going into a pool, walking on shiny floors, going in or out of the car, whatever it might be. And what ends up happening is people try and coax and entice and encourage the dog, but the fear, the worry, the concern of whatever it is that the owner is trying to get the dog to do overrides any of the rewarding or enticing. Sometimes the best course of action is a moment of insistence, non-negotiable force. Nothing crazy, nothing reckless, but force that makes it happen. Yo, TikTok, show 'em the good dog. Let's talk about magic words. So, in the dog training industry, we see a lot of folks trying to utilize magic words. Magic words are words like sit, down, place, come, here, off, no, things like that. A lot of owners assume that these words have a magic ability, that dogs come from the factory with a built-in understanding of these words. Fact is, dogs don't know. Dogs don't know until you give words value. You could use any word you want. You could use zucchini. You could use Shazam. You could use Kalamazoo. You could use whatever, and that will mean whatever you teach the dog it means. Until you give meaning to a word, there is no magic in it. There is no anything. Even if you've heard every trainer in the world use it, until you give that word meaning, it doesn't mean anything. No magic until you give it to it.